Any coaches that still scare you today?
All of them that are still here. They all still scare me. I shouldn't tell them that since I ultimately have to kind of guide them and lead.
But hey, folks, this is Maxie's Minute. I'm here with athletic director, Coach Colin Griffin, head coach of the baseball program. How did you end up at Jesuit High School so many years ago?
I grew up going to Jesuit football games in elementary school. My dad was the head football coach in the late 70s, early 80s. He coached Mike Hughes, Mr. Hughes. It was where I wanted to be. And then my family moved to California. My brother came back to Jesuit his freshman year, or after his freshman year, and had an incredible experience.
So what pulled you into athletics? I hear your older brother, your dad was a coach. Anything else pulled you into the sport?
Still to this day, I'll turn anything into a game. I've always loved just playing. I always loved to compete. I always loved wiffle ball, pickup basketball, dunk hoops, playing football out in the muddy grass because everyone had grass at the time, not this turf stuff. But I just always loved to play. Playing is fun for me. And my mom's side of the family, my grandpa was a head basketball coach for University of Portland, coached Michael Jordan on the Olympic team. So both sides of the family coaching.
I like how you just dropped that in there. My grandpa coached Michael Jordan for Team USA or anything. I think what's most important, it's obviously you love Jesuit High School. You're back here as an athletic director. You also taught and you're the head baseball coach. How did being an athlete at Jesuit High School help shape who you are today?
Changed my life. Being an athlete taught me how to get through tough times. School was hard for me. School was really hard for me, and it was fortunate that I had teachers that were my coaches here at Jesuit High School. But, they teach you how to work hard on the athletic fields, and they had an expectation of me, but that carried over into the classroom. And it gave me actually the confidence to work through my challenges as a student. And without the confidence that I learned here at J High, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the lessons learned.
Thanks for sharing that. I hope the young student athletes at home are hearing that loud and clear. Since you're an alum, I want to know about some of the things that haven't changed a bit and the things you believe are starkly different.
Our football coach is the same. Our basketball coach is the same. They have not aged. They still look the exact same age when I played here. Power training teacher is still the same. Our religion classes still look the same. So that's kind of fun to come home and see those the staff that I worked with. The Smith gym where we're in right now, it once looked the same with dead flies everywhere and really cold, but now we're in this beautiful area, and so that's changed. The facilities have definitely upgraded from our time.
Anything else about the landscape as you walk the halls or anything that's changed? It sounds like your coaches, several of them are still here and have not changed, but is there anything else about the student body that's changed at J High?
Well, they're a lot smarter than me. They're all a lot smarter than me. I don't remember my friends being that smart. I'm pretty sure all my baseball players are a lot smarter than me already. I just think the expectations here, when in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, athletics was on the rise. So it was that mixed match of successful programs. And now there is a lot of stress on our athletes that they have to be perfect and excellent, and which they don't need to be. But that is something that's changed a lot, is our athletics are all competing at every sport.
There's a lot of pressure, but since you've worn the roles of student athlete, you've been a teacher here, you're the head baseball coach, and now the athletic director. There's a lot of formation involved in that. How have you carried all of those experiences over to help lead our athletics program? Is there anything that stands out to you in particular?
The kids are hearing the same message that they're hearing Friday at Mass as they are after school. They're hearing it in the classrooms. And I think that formation is so valuable to who we are as a school. And we talk about the school has tradition, and it does, because our seniors lead this school, and our seniors do an awesome job of learning lessons as they grow from freshman through junior year, and it gets passed down. So you're hearing it from all sides. You're hearing it from the adult leaders, but you're also hearing it from the senior leaders as you grow through the school.
Thanks for that, Coach. Every program has its hurdles. What are some of the biggest challenges or concerns you have as an athletic director or head baseball coach, or just someone who really cares about the formation of the young men and women you come across?
That's a great question, especially this day and age. Our youth is being told, or at least they think they're being told, that they need to specialize in a sport by 5th grade, by 6th grade. It's so much value in playing and doing multiple sports or activities. You could be the superstar in one sport and a role player in the other sport, but in order to be that superstar, you need to know how the role players feel, when they're on the court, and the other way it goes around. When you're the role player, you have jobs to do, and you're just as valuable as the superstar. So I think there's so much value in playing multiple sports for development, character development, and also physical development. You're using different muscles, you're doing different activities, different rotations. So it's good for the overall strength of the athlete, but also for the mindset and leadership of the athlete.
Jesuit High School is about forming young people. There's no question in my mind here. I've heard stories about how great of a baseball coach that you are, and mostly how you deal with the young men in your charge. How do you balance that competitive drive with helping those young people grow? And maybe you speak to your baseball players, because you interact with them the most over a longer period of time.
On the baseball field, you're not supposed to be perfect. The cliche is, if you're getting 3 out of 10 hits, you're a Hall of Famer. So the game's just built on failure. And the kids who stop playing baseball, the kids who really struggle with the failure aspect. It's not fun to fail. So that's kind of a big piece that I teach my baseball players is, we don't concentrate on the failure. It's going to happen. We concentrate on the brotherhood that's you surround yourself with, and that is, I might fail this at bat or this play, but I can confidently look at my teammate to pick me up. And so we're creating that team concept, that team belief in one another, that if I don't get it done, my buddy will. The biggest thing we do teach our kids is competition is fun. The kids who don't like competition or are fearful of competition, when it's the 4th quarter or last 3 innings, those are the kids who struggle when it matters most. So just keep the kids light, keep the kids loose, and not worry about failure.
Is there any moment in your career as a student, coach, or athletic director that stands out to you?
Yeah, that 2016 championship is a lot of what our championships are. I know we get the Jesuit wins everything, and it's because it named the superstar that came through here. But that 2016 team, while they were very good baseball players, we weren't the best team in the state, but we were the hardest workers, willingness to do whatever for the team. And that's, if you look at the banners in the night gym, that's what most of our championships are, is because we overcame tough times. We also put in the work when no one was looking.
Now, toughest opponent you've ever faced as a student athlete?
Oh, we're going to have to look him up. Why is it spacing? He was... Dan, you're going to have to get a Photoshop of him in. I'll give you the story, and then I'll let Dan do his magic on Photoshopping. This is my senior year. We're playing in the Les Schwab Invitational basketball, and I was the center, believe it or not, 6 foot, 180 pounds, and Coach Mean Gene Potter had me as the center. And he pointed to that guy who's doing layup drills, that's my guy. And I turned to Chris Hutcherson, my best friend, and I said, that guy's the starting inside linebacker for LSU. Turns out he ends up being a first-round draft pick by the Dallas Cowboys. And I will never forget, Potter said, I don't care if you foul out, he doesn't score easy buckets. I jumped on him, slid down like a fire pole, and he just did an easy layup and won. But that Les Schwab experience, the year after Dunleavy graduated, and we shocked the world and beat the number 1 team in the nation, the number 16 team in the nation, and then lost to the number 11 team in the nation by 1. No one knew who we were because we were after the 99 championship, and that was probably one of my favorite moments.
People aren't going to let you get away with a few name dropping in there. Who are the most famous people you've ever played with?
Mike Hass, Hall of Fame. I got a funny Mike Hass story. Can I share it with you guys?
Please.
So Mike Hass was a year younger than me and just a freak of an athlete. But but went at Mike Hass's speed. He knew what he needed to get done come practice time. He knew what he needed to do come game time, and it was a little different speed. And if you played for Coach Potter and you didn't go game speed all the time, you weren't always going to be on his best side. And so we're playing, it's practice up on the grass field, and during practice, I got cleated, and I had this huge lump on my shin, and no one knew what it was. And Coach Potter said, go see Jeff Wood, who was our trainer. And Jeff Wood said, oh, it's just a whatever it was, but it'll go down. Put some ice on it, it'll go down. So I go back to practice, and you hold on to your helmet when you weren't able to go back in. And I was holding on to it, and Mike Hass, who had only been defense, he was our strong safety, had 4 pick sixes. You could fact check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on it. But anyway, I'm standing there holding my helmet with a bag of ice because I got a bruise, basically. And Mike Hass has made a one-handed catch, has made some other stellar catch, and then they put a reverse in on him and makes everyone miss, and he's gone. And I was like, I will never get on this field again. So I tapped Mike on the shoulder, go back to defense. I put my helmet on, took the ice off, and so I got to play.
And then he went on to win the
Then he went, yes.
Okay.
And then went on to, next year, he scored 7 touchdowns against Central Catholic in the quarterfinals or semi.
Nice. That's a pretty cool story. Any coaches that still scare you today?
All of them that are still here. They all still scare me. I shouldn't tell them that since I ultimately have to kind of guide them and lead them. But yes, every single one, when I hear their angry voice, I have a quick twitch. I hear it and I know it.
Yeah. Last question. If you had to suit up again today and you can only play one sport, what would it be?
Basketball.
Basketball, not baseball, huh?
Basketball was my favorite sport, but my dad let me know you're not going to be taller than 6 foot and you don't jump out of the gym and you suck at shooting. So you might want to put basketball on the back burner and focus a little more on baseball.
You heard it here, folks. Coach Colin Griffin, Mr. Colin Griffin, Athletic Director Colin Griffin. This is Maxie's Minute. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.